Hello! Welcome to another episode of the Mario Marathon. Today I'm talking about Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins on the Game Boy. Oh no. I lost it. Look what you made me do. Mario Land 2 was developed by Nintendo R&D 1, the same team as the first Mario Land. This time around it was directed by Hiroji Kiyotake, a fellow whose previous work includes him actually being the designer of Foreman Spike from Wrecking Crew. However, Hiroji's first major developmental role in the Mario series was this game, and boy did he make a great first impression. Development began in November of 1991 with a team of 10. On the idea behind the game, Kiyotake says,
"With Super Mario Land 2, one of our ideas was to not be bound by the conventions of the previous games. However, when we showed our first draft to everyone, they were like, I don't know, is this Mario? We realized we were on the wrong path, so we toned down that idea and made something a little closer to the existing Mario world."
The result is a game that feels way more faithful to the console Mario games while having its own identity. The game feels super unique, but never off. I can imagine a Super Mario World sequel being just this, but in 16-bit. Let's hop into the game itself, shall we? This time around I'm actually going to play Eddie, the creature's childhood copy, on the Super Game Boy. Super Mario Land 2, 6 Golden Coins was released for the Game Boy on October 21st, 1992.
Obey me, Wario. I am your master. Mario is your enemy.
The wicked imposter Wario has cast an evil spell over Mario Land.
Don't let Mario get the 6 golden coins. Don't let Mario reach the palace.
This is the biggest, most dangerous, most challenging Game Boy adventure yet.
Obey Wario. Destroy Mario.
Don't fall under Wario's evil spell in Super Mario Land 2, only on Game Boy.
This is Wario. Wario is an evil doppelganger of Mario, first introduced in this game. His name is pretty clever, actually. You might think it's simply just flipping the M in Mario's name upside down, but it goes a little deeper than that. There's a Japanese word, warui, that means bad. So Wario is a combination of bad and Mario. Bad Mario. It even shows up in the character design. Mario wears red, and red's complementary color right across the color wheel is green, like Luigi. In the corner across from red is yellow, which Wario wears. And its complementary color in the final corner is purple, like Luigi's eventual Warui counterpart, Waluigi. Mario is shorter and more plump than Luigi, so Wario is more exaggerated, being really short and really wide. Though in early appearances, like this game, he's actually crazy fucking tall. Wario is probably my favorite Mario character. I said I wasn't sure in the first Mario Land video, but damn it, I'm sure. He's my main in most of the Mario Karts and all of the Mario parties, if that counts for anything. He's crude, smells identical to Shigeru Miyamoto, farts a lot, and above all else is greedy as hell. I love him. Wario's relationship with Mario is unclear. I remember for the longest time I believed they were cousins. I could have sworn I heard that from an official source, but I can't find it. It seems the most canonical explanation is that they were childhood friends. This comes from the manual as well as a tie-in comic, so I'll go with that, I suppose. As for why he's stealing Mario and Luigi's style, I don't know. I guess long-sleeve t-shirts and overalls is just in season in this universe. Stanley the Bugman and Foreman Spike also rock the look, so really all he stole was the cap with his initial on it. During the events of Super Mario Land 1, while Mario was busy in Sarasaland saving Daisy from Tatanga, Wario snuck into Mario Land? Yeah, I guess Mario has his own island. Anyway, he sneaks into Mario Land and takes over his castle? Okay, what's the deal here? Why does Mario have his own island, his own castle, and even a giant fucking robot of himself? Mario is pretty vain, huh? He must have bought it with all of his celebrity bucks. The Mario RPGs establish Mario as a big celebrity in the Mushroom Kingdom for saving Peach so many times, so I guess it's conceivable that he's rich. Not to mention, he's a doctor too. What shocks me is that he'd spend so much money on himself. It seems more, well, Wario's speed. Whatever. While taking over Mario Land, Wario hypnotizes all the residents of Mario Land to do his bidding. He gets them to scatter the 6 golden coins all across Mario Land. These coins aren't like the regular gold coins in Mario. These are keys of sorts. And all 6 are needed to open the gate to Mario's castle and kick Wario's ass. Starting up the game, there's a cute little file select that I love. When you erase a file, Mario turns into a bomb and blows that shit up. I like it. Right into gameplay. This game feels as it should. The first Mario Land felt like a super neutered attempt to replicate what Super Mario Bros. 1 was sort of like. But this feels like a smooth adaptation of Super Mario World scrunched down carefully on the Game Boy. Running, jumping while running, well, they all feel right as they should. The team really nailed how Mario should feel on the Game Boy. It's not spot on though, as I kinda noticed Mario's a little floatier this time around, but I have no complaints about that because this is a Game Boy game, meaning the screen is small, so it could sometimes be hard to see what's ahead. I think the floatier jump makes that manageable, and if that jump isn't good enough for you, Mario has a super jump that could be performed by holding up while you jump. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know this was a feature until reading an interview with the developers while in the research phase, so for my main gameplay I never ended up using it. I like to pretend that this is a big secret move that I'm not supposed to know about. Oops. The spin jump is back from World, but functions a little differently. There's only 2 buttons on the Game Boy, so there's no dedicated spin jump button this time around. Instead, you jump while holding down on the D-pad. This sadly means that you can't crouch jump. Your spin jump also can gain full height. It's not a short hop anymore. And finally, you can begin a spin jump in midair. There's not a lot of enemies the spin jump is useful for. The move is basically just for smashing blocks, sadly. Speaking of bopping baddies, though, the whole jumping off enemies bounce thing that I won't shut the fuck up about is back. The physics in the first land were pretty wonky, but I'm glad to see that Land 2 has a very faithful approximation of how World feels. Alright, how about we go right into items? The typical coins and super mushrooms are here. Getting 100 coins doesn't actually gain you a life, instead it adds to a total in the HUD. You can get a max of 999, and you use these in a gambling minigame. More on that later, though. Also worth noting, although they are kinda rare, you can find these money bags that give you 50 coins. Pretty neat. The fire flower's back, actually. It really makes it even more baffling why the first lane gave us the Super Ball flower, but hey, I'll take it. Interestingly, it's a tulip design, like in World. Because of the limited color palette, the design of Fire Mario was tweaked since his normal Fire Mario design is only a palette swap. This time around, Fire Mario wears a cape feather on his hat. Is that racist? I don't know. We'll let it slide. At least for now, Mario. As well as tracking your coins, the game keeps track of all the enemies you've killed. Once that counter reaches 100, a Starman will fall from the sky, pretty reminiscent of Mario 2. You can also still find Starman in levels, like always, though this time they don't hop around. The Starman music isn't the can-can anymore, but it isn't the normal theme either. It's this very anxiety-inducing song that just keeps getting faster and faster and faster. One-ups are hearts again, just like Land 1. Just thought it was worth noting, I don't know. But that's not all. For there is a new power-up in town, introducing the carrot. Yes, it's officially just called the carrot. Not even like super carrot or bunny carrot or nothing, it's just carrot. The carrot will transform you into Bunny Mario, a brand new form. This is another airborne type power-up, but it works pretty differently. Instead of allowing you to fly like the Super Leaf or Cape Feather, the carrot is all about gliding. Upon jumping, hitting the jump button more and more will make Bunny Mario flap his ears, allowing him to stay in the air longer. It sounds kind of like a squeaky tricycle. There's no attack with Bunny Mario, but I actually quite like that. It makes it a genuine trade-off between the Fire Flower and Carrot, whereas in previous games, the flying power-up was always better than the Fire Flower. Levels are pretty simple here. Same basic Mario setup, you run to the end. The levels are designed so damn good in this game, though. Every single level has a gimmick, and plays with that gimmick naturally. It really makes every level memorable. This is what people grew to love 3D World for, by the way, and no one talks about Land 2 at all. Fucking typical. Checkpoints are back again, in the form of bells that you ring halfway through the level. The end of the level is kind of similar to Land 1, with the top half that's harder to get through, but rewarding you with a minigame. In the bottom half, you just walk through and get nothing. The top half is achieved by, again, ringing a bell. Funny, the bell looks like the Super Bell in 3D World. That's 2 connections and 2 paragraphs. Wowzers! Talking about that minigame real quick, it gives you a little claw machine. You can either earn a few lives or a power-up. Let's talk about how the world is set up in this game. Unlike Mario Land 1, and more like the console games, this game has a world map. Mostly similar to World, it's an interconnected map. However, something super unique about Land 2's map is that it's open world. Once you beat the introduction level, you can go to any world you want in any order. This is cool as hell. I would love to see another Gold Clear style Mario game try this setup again, but I understand why they haven't. It's gotta be pretty hard to design all the levels difficulty-wise, right? A player could hypothetically go to whatever level you designed as the final one right at the beginning. To fix that, developers often make all the levels generally easy enough to start the game with. What this results in is a game that's pretty easy the whole way through, then randomly the final level slaps you with crazy difficulty. It's not horrible, but if a Mario game came out like this today, I'd much rather that it be set up with maybe 3 worlds available, then once you beat them all, 3 harder worlds would appear. Anyway, these worlds are called zones, kinda like Sonic, I guess. And there's 6 of them, all with different themes. You guys should know the drill by now. Tree Zone. It has you climbing a giant tree. There's these ant enemies called Antota that I like the design of, and these fly dudes simply called bees. Bees are impossible to stomp on, as they always fly away when you're close to them. The developers admitted in an interview that this was done literally just to fuck with the players. There's a cool level in this zone area too. The whole level has you inside the tree itself, and there's sap everywhere. When you're in the sap, it acts like water, meaning you can swim in it. What makes this level super unique though is that because the tree sap is sticky, it'll be on ceilings too. It's really creative. The boss here is Big Bird, and I'll never forget it. When I was at Too Many Games 2021, I entered a Mario trivia contest and got second place. The reason I got second and didn't tie with the winner, cool guy by the way, no hard feelings obviously, but anyway, the reason is that I got 9 out of 10 questions right. The one question I didn't get right was the name of this fucking boss. So I will always associate Big Bird and his Sesame Street plagiarizing ass with this trivia contest. Oh, the boss itself? I mean, whatever, he just swoops by super fast. It's all about timing your jumps on him. Next. Space Zone! To get to this level, you have to play through this weird hippo level where you can go in this bubble and float around. I'm sure plenty of games do that, but it always reminds me of the bubbles in that one water stage in Sonic 2 on Game Gear. Anyway, you gotta ride the bubble to the high bell at the end to unlock Space Zone. Space Zone only has 2 real levels, sadly, but they're super cool. They both have you in space, obviously, as Space Mario. Mario has this nifty little spacesuit, and all of his jumps are zero gravity. Mario Odyssey totally revisited this concept, by the way. The second level in Space Zone is an auto-scroller. Yeah, I know, but it's fun. You have to maneuver around these pissed-off stars. Game theory, the angry sun in Mario 3, he's a sun. He's angry. The sun is a star. These are his little brothers. This level also has these incredibly annoying pufferfish guys, but overall, a cool-ass level. There's also a secret in Space Zone 1, where the stars in the background spell happy. But you can never see this in-game because of the zoomed-in Game Boy screen. Reminds me of the Naked Woman in Kirby's Dream Land 2. The boss of this world is simply called Alien, but look at him, it's Tatanga, the main villain of Mario Land 1. This is his only other appearance in the series. No, Katsini doesn't count. No, his spirit in Smash doesn't count. This is it. A quick-ass boss fight that you can finish by bopping his head 3 times. Woo. It's sad that Nintendo doesn't utilize their characters. I'd like to see Tatanga and Ward again, but that's a reign I'm sure I'll get into much later in the marathon. Macro Zone, or Grandma's House as Eddie constantly calls it. The gimmick of this level is cool. You shrink down and the entire world is normal parts of a house, but gigantic. It's really neat. This zone has tons of Antoto variants. Mainly these dickheads called Chikonto. They grow spikes on their back that'll hurt you, mostly when you're about to jump on them, dicks. The boss here is the Sewer Rat. Guess what? You jump on him 3 times. He climbs on the ceiling and falls on you like Morton and Roy do in Mario World though. Pumpkin Zone, my favorite. This one's horror themed, with boos as well as these new guys, the Goomba Boos, officially called Teddy Kurobo. But come on, it's just a combination of Boo and Goomba's Japanese names, Teresa and Kuribo. If they got English names, it'd totally be Goomboo. Or maybe Boomba? Anyway, another enemy I really like are the Jasons. These Goombas with ski masks and a knife sticking out of their head. Brutal. Obviously a reference to Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. Then there's Kuro Kiora. These adorable vampire dudes that shoot bats at you. And Kioro, the Cyclops that just goes stupid, go crazy, The boss here is the witch who teleports and throws fireballs at you, and make these lids in the center go up to act as platforms. You defeat her by jumping on her 3 times. Mario Zone. Yeah, I guess Mario has a giant mecha of himself now. Yeah, this whole world is you traversing the inside of this massive, and don't misconstrue me here, massive fucking robot of Mario. I mean, the entire wide-ass levels are within this thing. It has to be huge based on proportions, right? Mario's really shown himself to be a narcissist in this game. He owns a giant fucking monument to honor himself. I know it's been said before, it's a very AVGN ripoff thing to talk about, but I just have to point out. I mean, I fucking have to. There's a level on the map that's placed on Mario's crotch, and you enter the level and it's all bouncy balls, dude. I mean, come the fuck on, right? They knew what they were fucking doing. They had to. I am not accepting ignorance as a defense here. I refuse. You're in Mario's balls, dude. There's also a level that looks like it's made out of Lego, but when you look closer, the bricks are actually labeled N and B. Back in the late 60s, when Nintendo was making toys, they tried to compete with Lego with a knockoff called N and B blocks. This level is actually an homage to that. The boss here is actually a little more unique. It's based on the 3 little pigs. You have to fight 3 bouncing pigs with 3 hits each. Still jumping on heads though, but just more. Turtle Zone. To enter this zone, you get vored by a giant Koopa. It's your basic underwater affair. There's a level that takes place in a sunken submarine. A crew of people probably died in Mario's land. Quietly. likely while Mario was in the Mushroom Kingdom. There's also a gross-ass level where you're inside a whale like Pinocchio, and there's like fucking glands or some shit you gotta jump around. Shit's gross. Anyway, the boss here is Paco, this octopus dude. Actually reminds me of the Gunions from Land 1, but I guess they're both just red octopi. Whatever. You swim on his head this time. Yeah, the boss selection here is pretty lame, but the theming in each world is crazy cool. You got a water level and a spooky level, those are pretty overdone, but making the grassland a giant tree and going inside a giant robot? These are super unique level types. I love to see stuff like that done. There's also secret exits like in Mario World, though there's only like 4 or 5, and they're pretty much there to get you lives. What sucks is, when you die in them, you have to find the secret exit to access the level again. Actually, let's talk about death, shall we? As I've mentioned before, this game keeps track of all the coins you get, so you can use them on something I'll get into in a second, right? Well, when you get a game over, you'll lose them all. That's not all, but you also lose all of the main 6 gold coins, meaning you have to beat the bosses again. This game is a roguelite. Speaking of game overs, remember in the Mario Paint video when I talked about Totaka's song? If not, this game is composed by Kazumi Totaka, who's done tons of music for Nintendo games, mainly notable for Animal Crossing. He likes to hide this little tune in some games that he works on. If you get a game over and wait for a bit, this song will play. Totaka did a great job on the soundtrack in general. Like Mario World, most of the songs are based on a single tune, but remade into different genres that match the level type. The tune itself is super catchy. Every other track is pretty good too. The music on the final level is actually very foreboding for a Game Boy game. Like, kudos. Alright, on the main map, there's a cave right next to Wario's castle. This is where your coins come in. To gamble that shit away, you can wager either 30, 50, 200, or 999 coins. The more coins means the better the prizes. You could potentially win 99 lives, or get a witch that gives you nothing. Gambling for kids, you gotta love it. Let's talk about the baddies. Goombas are back. No Goombos, not Galoombas, but Goombas. And no Bombshell Koopas either, just straight up Koopas. Only red this time, which makes sense because of the monochrome screen. I guess if I had to pick one, I'd go with red too, since we already have Goombas running off cliffs. Just like before, you can pick up shells and throw them, though you can't throw them upwards this time, which kinda sucks. The Koopas are a quadruped again too, for some reason. You know, I wish they got bullet bills here too. All we got here is High Caliber Kyle. Bamu are these pig cannon guys. They got birdo mouths and shoot fucking cannonballs at you. I also, of course, gotta give a special shout out to my boy Boppin' fucking Toady. It's a frog. There's a Jack-in-the-Box enemy that can pop out of question mark blocks, and this witch enemy that runs off with your 1-up arts. It's so mean. Honestly, this game is pretty mean in general. I see a lot of Wario Land design in this game, which is pretty fitting since it's the same team. It really feels like a Wario Land 0. I mean, one level just straight up flips me off. I like Spiky, this porcupine guy that can turn into a ball, because he looks like a jab at Sonic. He looks like he's been liking Speed a little too much too, if you catch my Sonic drift. I also really like this shark enemy that swims slowly, but when he sees you, he charges. There's also Noko Bombette, not to be confused with the character Bombette. These dudes are like a mix between Buzzy Beetles and Bob-Ombs. They serve as a replacement for Bombshell Koopas. Things aren't all great for this game, though. Mario's hurt box is all over the place. I feel like it's super easy to get hit by shit when you're nowhere near an enemy. I also hate accidentally pressing up to go to Wario's castle because you have to sit through the animation of Mario going all the way up there. Then the screen transition, then the cutscene of the 6 golden coins. It's annoying as hell. Speaking of Wario's castle, the difficulty spike I mentioned before is ass-kicking. Once you've gotten all 6 golden coins, there's only one thing left to do. That's right, gamble all your shit and grind for lives, because let me tell you, this level is going to require a lot of them. Wario's castle is a gauntlet. It's a true marathon of challenges with no checkpoints and plenty of difficult platforming sections right in a row, back to fucking back. It's 10 sections. You start here with these Piranha Plant statues that shoot fireballs at you with swinging spike balls. They kind of look like Dr. Ball MD. This fucking level only gives you fire flowers. Nothing here can be damaged by fireballs though, including Wario, so it's really a dick move. I guess it's for the extra hit. Like, Buddy Mario would make this stage way easier. Room 2 is only a short vertical climb with a single Piranha Plant statue. Then Room 3 is the scary moving platform challenge with walls that you gotta duck under. all with a pool of lava underneath. Then comes the worst room of all. There's hidden buttons in the middle of each of these sections, and pressing them will summon Genkatsus, giant fists from the first Mario Land. But now they're Wario themed, whoa. On your first playthrough of this level, you would have no fucking idea about these. The timing of dodging them is fucked, like it's damn near impossible to not get hit, so your only option is to not press the buttons. The second half of the room is a little platforming challenge, like whatever. Strangely, the level gets way easier from here. The next room is a restroom of sorts, being a vertical climb with a power-up. There's another piranha plant statue here to fake you out, but it's harmless. Then there's another platforming challenge over lava under ceiling spikes with platforms that sink. Just do fast short hops and this'll be easy as shit. The final room is this long corridor with spiked pillars that fall when you're under them like thwomps. Literally just hold right in the run button, I shit you not. It'll look close, but you'll be fine. After that, you gotta fight this annoying mini-boss, the floating face. Just bop him twice. Then you gotta fight 2 of them. Then you gotta fight 2 more. Then finally, Wario. You're greeted by Wario sitting on your throne. It's time to bop him on the head 3 times. Hell yeah. He'll run around back and forth, but every few seconds he'll jump, causing the ground to shake. This'll stun Mario, as well as knock the chandelier down to hurt you. Either way, though, he goes down easy. But once you beat him, he'll just run away. On your way chasing him into the next room, the game gives you a carrot. Yes, believe it or not, this guy has not 1, not 2, but 3 phases, making him a 9-hit boss. Phase 2 starts in the next room when he equips a carrot of his own. I really like the idea of a boss using your abilities against you. It really shows how Wario is just, well, a bad Mario. He becomes Bunny Wario, and this fight is the same idea, but this time he'll float around just like you. After this phase, the game gives you a super mushroom, and finally, you chase him into the final room. This time, he'll equip a fire flower and become Fire Wario. This part just sees him throwing fireballs at you. But it's so tense, the idea of doing that whole gauntlet over again, which, yes, you have to do if you died here, but the idea of doing that makes this fight so scary. Nonetheless, you beat that asshole, and just like you, he shrinks. Wario, defeated, cries about his defeat, and throws a shoe at you. Even in his first appearance, they really got Wario's personality down, huh? Oh, then Mario kills himself. The castle is now restored, and yet another beautiful credits theme plays. It sounds ragtimey, almost like it's singing to you. Thanks for playing, hope you had oodles of fun. Bump. Thanks for playing, hope I'll see you in the next one. I don't know, something like that, right? Thank you, Mario. Your quest is over. Who is thanking Mario here? Himself? God? This is a fantastic game given the limitations of the hardware. It's got that Mario charm, but in many ways it's still got that weirdness in design that the first Land has. Super Mario Land 2, 6 Golden Coins, was only ever ported to the 3DS Virtual Console. The Super Mario Adventures comic, a Nintendo Power comic series that tied into Mario World and had its ending at this point, was briefly brought back for a short tie-in story called Mario vs. Wario. It's just as charming as Mario Adventures always is. There was this educational film released in Japan that promoted the game as well as Kirby's Dream Land, acting to teach Japanese kids kanji, called Mario Kirby Meisaku Video, or Mario Kirby Masterpiece Video. There's 2 sections in it, one following Kirby and another Mario. Peach tells Mario that a mysterious thief called W has stolen treasure from a school? Why does a school have treasure? Anyway, Mario sets off on his go-kart from Super Mario Kart, and then crashes into a lake. He then turns into Bunny Mario and fights Wario in his plane. Wario gets a plane later on in the series. This video came out in like 95, so it kind of ties in with Mario and Wario, a game I'll cover later. The next game in the Mario Land series is something new. Wario proved to be a very popular character, so he started Mario Land 3, leading to a very long-running Wario Land series that eventually led to the more popular WarioWare series. Finally, though it's not official, there's a neat ROM hack of this game that gives it proper color. I recommend playing that if you're going to play this game. Mario Land 2 proves to be a charming little game that generally stands the test of time. It's sad that Nintendo never acknowledges it, because it definitely is worth a revisit. Play through it if you haven't. I've been Sprited, and thanks for watching my video. Thanks for watching another episode, guys. I really appreciate it, as always. Of course, shout out to Eddie, for proofreading my script and helping me come up with some jokes, as well as, sitting through me playing the game in one sitting and getting stuck on the last level for maybe 2 hours straight. It's a rough run. Of course, shout out to Xanax for providing his lovely voice to the beginning of this video. I've worked with him in the past. He's a great guy. I have a Twitter at SuperSprited64. I post updates and whatnot on the status of videos and stuff. Yeah. I tried to get this video out exactly 2 weeks after the last one, but it didn't quite work out that way because even though this is a Game Boy game, the script is actually a lot longer than the last episodes. Oh well. So as for next time is a double feature of Mario is Missing in Mario's Time Machine, so wish me luck, I guess. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching my video, and until next time, friends.